Om Shanti. We are going to start this session by listening to message from the Supreme. And it's useful to think about yourself as a being of light. Think about yourself as a soul, not this body. And listen to this message with the awareness that the Supreme is speaking to you directly. These are personal messages from the Supreme to you. So listen carefully and take it in deeply.
To have the belief I am a human being and my way of living is that of human beings is called body consciousness. The actions you have been performing were wrong because of this way of being. Similarly, the accurate attitude in the life of a spiritual student is, I am an elevated soul. I, this soul, am an embodiment of peace, happiness, and bliss. It is on the basis of this awareness that your actions have changed. The reason why your actions become ordinary from elevated was a lack of your way of being. I am an elevated soul, an embodiment of elevated virtues. So what is your foundation? For you, wasteful and ordinary actions automatically finish. First of all, check whether you are constantly stable in your way of living. If you are stable, then your actions would automatically be powerful. The question is, who am I? Every day, become aware of a fresh title of yours. Every day, become an embodiment of that title. Become a soul that has an elevated way of living and then act. Whilst you are performing actions, do not stop observing your true way of living. The speciality of this time is to make your action match your religion or way of being.
These are very direct message that really tells us clearly that when we start to be on our spiritual journey, we will automatically change. First, we will recognize who we are, and that is the main thing, who I am. I am a soul. And to realize that I am a soul, it's a deep, deep aspect. Because everything changes. I understand that I'm an eternal. I won't die even though this body dies. So it's not over when death comes. And when I perform actions, I still remember that I am a soul. I am a child of the Supreme, and I'm taking guidelines from the Supreme. And he told us very beautiful information today that we are elevated souls. Told us to think about ourselves as elevated souls. I, the soul, am an embodiment of peace, happiness, and bliss. And that is what everyone desires in this world. So it's important to be aware of that I am not this body, and I'm not all these labels that have been given to this body. And I'm not my roles, but I play my roles during the day as well as I can, with the awareness of being a soul. Previously, before I came onto this path, I had forgotten that I am a soul, and I identify myself with this body. And that's why I was doing a lot of mistakes and not understanding why things were the way they are. But with the spiritual knowledge, with this deep understanding, I really accept everything that is happening, and I really understand that whatever I'm doing, I am creating my future and I'm creating my fortune. And the more I can dwell in this awareness that I am a soul and I'm just playing this part here, the stronger my foundation become. I become more aware of that I'm on this spiritual journey every single moment, 24/7. It's not like I'm just spiritual in the morning and then I forget it. I keep this awareness with me along the day or throughout the day. And I ask myself regularly, who am I? And how do I behave and how do I act? Because I am a soul and I understand that everyone around me are a soul. So this will completely change my attitude towards life, attitude towards others, my behavior, my thinking and actions. And this is the speciality of this time, is that now we can recognize and understand who we truly are. Now we will listen to another message.
First is to know yourself. Second is to accept yourself. Third is to move along whilst accepting that and to become an embodiment of that. So, what stage have you reached? All of you have passed the first stage of knowing. You have also passed the second stage of accepting. The third stage is to accept and to move along accordingly. It means to become an embodiment of it. To what degree do you think you have passed in this? If you have become the form of that, is it possible for you to forget your form? The personality of soul consciousness, the traits of personality of few souls are the traits of the Father. You know the traits of personality of the Father. He is constantly the World Benefactor, the Merciful One who uplifts souls, and the Bestower of Blessings. Have you become the natural form of these traits? In order to make this personality yours, you would have to move along easily according to those in your thoughts, words, and deeds. Personality traits are such that they make you, the soul, automatically move along according to them. Consider your personality to be the automatic key on the basis of which you continue to move along.
In this message, he is giving us further guideline about who we are and who we belong to. And as he said, the first is to accept who I am and move along with that. Accept myself. First is to know yourself and then to accept yourself and accept that and become embodiment of that. And in every passage, he is telling us very, very beautiful titles that we have. He gives us the titles that we are embodiment of bliss, we are embodiment of happiness, we are embodiment of peace. I am a peaceful soul, a being of light, I'm a pure soul. And by reminding you on that every single day, it's a change your way of thinking and accepting that I, the soul, I'm a child of the Supreme. I'm child of the Father. And I get this deep, deep, infinite love from the Father. The Father loves me the way I am. And just accepting that that's the truth. What I have learned up to now about this body, about all my identities is false. The truth is that I, the soul, am child of God, and God wants to change me so I become like God is, become like the Father, become the World Benefactor, the Merciful One. Wants me to be the soul who uplifts others and bestows blessings. And I know it can be complicated to accept it, but that is the message that I'm getting, that I belong to the Supreme, I belong to the Father, and the more I understand that I am child of this parent, I start to become like the parents. I start to behave like the parents, think like the parents, and behave, and in every deed, be merciful, be bestowing blessings, seeing others as souls too, and remembering that they are just playing their part. So today it's beautiful blessings about who I am, who I belong to, and how when I gradually believe this, how I will change, how I will transform. And it is happening, and it doesn't take much. It's just change your mindset, keep it in your mind, dwell on it, think about it, churn it, and accept it. And number one is to accept this message as message to you.
Very clear and useful understanding of the words of wisdom, the 3 stages that you were discussing, knowing, accepting, and being that. In the awareness of being a soul, it is easy to experience your qualities. And it is easy to experience your uniqueness, being distinct from matter, being distinct from the play that you are watching right now. And when you have that separation between who you truly are and the physical stage, you are able to experience your original qualities. You remain untouched by what you look at. After all, it is meant to be a film, to be fun, to be entertaining. And only when you are able to watch it, you are able to express higher feelings. So this identity, who am I? The identity of the one who is the observer, the one who knows that there has been many different scenes in this film. The film had beautiful scenes and scenes of weakness and moments of poverty and moments of great glory. All of that is just a film. It's a play. And remaining that observer, the one who can see that many parts have been played and all that parts were unique. Some were of a prince, some were of a beggar. But you, the soul, remain the one who is eternal, divine, and a child of the Supreme. Would you like to offer a practice for today?
I think we have already had the practice that came in the message that I truly need to remember who I am and drop this awareness that I'm a body and stay in this awareness that I am a soul. So I would just make it simple today. It's like it say on the screen, knowing, accepting, and become embodiment of that I am a soul, and look at others as souls, and especially practices in actions. When you're doing something with others or when you're doing something alone, remember that I am a soul. I know that, I accept that, and I behave and like that. I interact like that. So we really got clear guidelines today. So keep that with you throughout the day. Om Shanti.
Thank you. We'll meet again tomorrow. Bye-bye.